something briefly about Africa Motors?
Yes. They were dealing in those days. They were dealing in Bedford,
Oh, okay.
Land Rovers. There was this small cars called Vauxhall. Vauxhall.
Vauxhall.
Yes.
Sounds like
And
something
then
coming from Germany.
yes, Land Rover and Rover.
Wow.
I think the Albion. Yes, they were also working on Albion. I don't know if you heard about Albion in those days.
And
They
the
were big.
Bedford, no, I say trotro, don't get trotro.
No, sometimes they go to the interior and fetch people. In those days we used to sit in Bedford,
Bedford, Kasian, I say bone shaker.
bone shaker. Yes, yeah, Bedford.
Wow. So
Yeah.
Africa Motors was dealing in those types of cars.
Yes.
Then the next car,
Sir, yeah, the other say, oh yeah, you man, at the end of the month they pay you.
so
You work for
so
them.
how long did you receive the allowance? So you
No, the
got back to
allowance
the
was only during the
probation.
probation, which was only 1 year.
So after that, they put you on the normal salary.
That's it.
And your salary improved.
It did. They improved. Yes. After buying my camera, as I've told, that was during the probation. So after coming out of the probation, we were posted to various places. I was taken to Kumasi, as I told you, and our salaries, were increased from there.
Let me get it straight. So your probation time, where were you?
I was in Accra.
You were in Accra.
Yes.
Okay.
You see, from school, you go for an interview in Accra,
Oh, okay.
and then when you are selected, they tell you they will provide a place for you in Accra
Oh.
so that you stay there and then go through your probation.
Oh.
And that is what happened. So after the probation, then they will post you to other place.
Oh,
And
okay.
I was taken to Kumasi.
Kumasi.
Most of my friends, some of them went to Takoradi, some of them stayed in Tema, some of them stayed in Accra, some of them went to Tamale.
Oh, okay.
While we were serving the probation, we were all living at the same place. There was a big place in at Circle near the farm milk.
Oh.
So we were living there, and I think we were about 19 guys, or 18 or 19. I'm not quite sure now. And whilst we were there, all of them planned to find their way out. Either to friends in overseas or somewhere.
Okay, they all wanted to travel out
They
of
all
Ghana.
wanted to travel.
Okay, that was around which year?
That was about, I think, 1971, 72.
Oh,
Yes,
71, 72.
72, yes.
71, 72 was still Busia. So
Was
72
still
was Achampo.
Yes.
Achampo came 72.
Yes.
So 70, okay.
So whilst we were there, we were all discussing how we can, whilst we are in Accra, because in those days, coming to Accra wasn't easy. Because I had not traveled to Accra before, apart from the time that I came in for interview. You see? So when we got here, one of the boys whom we were all serving probation, he had a friend at the passport office. And he came and said to us, oh, I have a friend. So if any of you want a passport, this is the time. I can see him to help you.
Wow.
So a lot of our friends, all of them try to secure a passport, and I also secured one. You see? So whilst we have been, whilst we were posted to various stations, my eyes were so, on traveling abroad. You see?
So your friends made passports, and through that you got introduced to this passport thing, and you also secured one.
Yes, because yourself. I knew I also had a brother in the UK.
Oh, okay.
Therefore,
your blood brother.
My blood brother, yes.
Was it the same one who took you to school?
No. Oh. This is the elder brother.
Oh.
My mom had 5 boys and a girl. The first one was the one in the UK. He had left Ghana for over since 62.
Wow.
And I joined him at 1973.
Wow. So how did you join him?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Once I secured my passport, I had to go for an interview at the British Commission. In those days, you don't pay anything.
Oh. So had he sent you
an invitation? Yes, he did. So he sent me an invitation, and then I went in for the interview, and then they gave me the visa.
On your first interview?
First interview, they gave me the visa just like that. And there
Wow.
weren't many people, in those days they just give you the visa.
Wow.
Yes,
You did that.
1973 was the time that
You
I left.
moved to the UK.
Yes,
So you went to join your brother.
I went to join my brother. Yes,
You were around 20 or 30.
yeah, that was 1973.
Had you married then?
No, 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 I didn't have a wife then.
73. He was born in 1949. So 49, 59,
50,
69,
50 to 73 is
70,
23, 24,
20.
24 years.
Okay. So what was your experience in the UK? Can you, where exactly in the UK were you living?
I was in London. I was in London.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you lived in London with your brother.
Mm-hmm.
And when did you start driving?
Oh, when I was here in Kumasi at Africa Motors, I had a license. I had a license. So immediately I went to the UK. I was trying to get a British license. And they said to me, well, I produced this my license. They said, no, they just throw it somewhere. It's a Ghanaian license. No, we can't accept it. You have to go for a test. So anyway, I booked for a test. And then first time went in, I passed and had a British license.
Wow, wow. So when you were in Ghana, you were not actually driving.
I was driving during whilst I was
While
at the
you were in
workshop.
Ghana?
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay.
Even there was this gentleman who used to bring his car to the workshop, and whenever he comes in, he wants me to work on it. He was a contractor, Mr. Sebe. Yeah, the name was Mr. I don't know whether it's passed on now. You see, he used to give his car to me to work on it. And sometimes he leaves the car with me for months because he had so many cars
Okay.
and.
So you sometimes you had access to a car to go around town.
That's right.
Any and around that time too, if you are driving a car, then it means you are.
Hey, Anukre,
Champ.
Normally, sometimes I drive into my hometown, and when people see me, they say, "Hey, how come?" They say, "Yani, yo." Meanwhile, the car was in my. I was very young.
And okay, that was when you moved when you were at Africa Motors in Kumasi.
Africa Motors in Kumasi, yeah.
So if you drive to your hometown, that's Asante Mampong.
Yes.
Then what kind of car was that?
It was this car I told you, Vauxhall. Vauxhall, yes.
So it was a saloon car.
Saloon car. Yeah, it's one of Africa Motors cars that we work with. Yeah.
And you'll be just driving around in town, and what did you hear the people saying about you?
Oh, they thought maybe I've now become a big man now. Meanwhile, the car was in mine.
It's mami.
Yes.
Nania
J. Yeah.
Wow.
Do you know? Interestingly, I had one of my friends. Those friends that we were in Accra whilst we were serving the probation. He had also come from another technical school.
Okay.
And then he was employed by Africa Motors. That's what they do. They used to pick people from different technical schools, So this friend had also, which technical school did he go to? I think he went to Kofodua Technical Institute. So he had also been employed by Africa Motors. And I was also employed there. We had several people from other technical schools who were also there with us. But this friend is called Anto. I used to call him Santo. He's called Anto. And normally he is from the Atembra region. Okay. Kukuum there, I think so, yeah, Kukuum. And we were so tight, so close, so that we were both employed in Africa Motors, and we found an accommodation in the same house where he was living. Oh. In fact, he had a place at Amakom. Oh, okay. So I didn't have a place, and I asked him how he managed to get. He said, "Oh, there's a gentleman there. He can help me to get one. He thinks there's another room there." So he introduced me to the gentleman. Then they gave the room to me. So we were both there, and we were moving as if we were brothers. Oh, we go to work together. In those days, we never took trotro.
Wow, you walked.
You walk from Mampong all the way to is it General Post Office, Kumasi,
Mm.
where Africa Motors was.
I don't know
Ah,
Kumasi too well. I
you
mean, there.
okay?
Wow, wow, wow. That's great. We're still in UK. Come back to Kumasi now. You're going back to UK. So in London, your brother was there, and that means you went for the license, and one time you had it.
Yes,
That means you've qualified to drive in London.
that's right.
So that's where proper driving, commercial driving
That's right.
began.
Yes, I
Yeah.
didn't start commercial driving immediately because over there, when I had the license, I was working in the factory in a workshop, like and um, I had to. I think I bought a small car for myself.
Oh, okay.
Bought a small car. It was Austin Cambridge also. Austin Cambridge, yes. It's a British car,
Oh,
an
okay.
old British car.
Wow,
So I
wow.
bought one for myself, and I was using it. I used it for a while, and then
But then how did you get an income to buy a car when you hadn't started commercial driving?
no, I was working in the UK. When I went over there, my brother found a job for me,
Oh, okay. So
and I
what
was
exactly did you start doing to
actually
get the money to?
first of all, I think I was working in the factory. In the factory, so I
So it
was
got
being
something
paid.
small.
Yeah, it wasn't
It wasn't
something small.
small.
No, it wasn't small. You know. And then later
Wow.
on, I realized that I've got to um, polish my trade, as a motor mechanic. So
Wow.
I found another place. So I left the factory and then went to another place to work as a mechanic over
Wow.
there.
Wow.
You see. And
Wow.
then after some time, as I told you, I wanted to go back to school. So um, whilst I was working, I used to come for evening classes to a place called I was living at North London, a place called Edmonton, and I was doing this part-time course. I've forgotten the name of the school. Oh, I've forgotten. And as I told you,
So it was
so
it was it was on how do you call it? It was a technical
Hackney,
Hackney.
Hackney College. That's
Okay.
where I was going from all
So
the
you
way all the
enrolled in the institution,
yes,
doing
a part-time. It was only a
okay. Oh,
part-time.
okay, okay.
Yeah, because
And you were studying technical what?
well,
Automobile or what?
auto technician.
Oh,
I
okay.
had already passed the first. The technician was in two stages,
No.
part one and part two. You see, so I had already passed the part one
Part one.
here whilst I was in Ghana,
Oh,
and then I continued to the UK,
wow.
and I was pursuing the part two.
So you were in Hackney, trying to study this on part-time basis. So after work, you go and
Yeah,
learn.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So but did you graduate?
I didn't graduate because
Oh.
I couldn't continue learning because I will start from work from about 8 o'clock in the morning and close about 4:35,
Wow.
and by 6 o'clock there must be classes going.
Wow.
So sometimes I can't even take my bath at home
Wow.
before I go.
Before you go.
I have to go just like that. That was the reason why I had to buy this old car, as I told you.
Wow.
So I was trying, and then I realized that I was wasting my time because sometimes you go and sit there, you just be sleeping because you are tired.
You're tired. Yeah. So
You
then
know,
too, you were not married.
I wasn't married then. No.
So that when you were nearing 30,
Yes,
you were nearing the
I
age of
think I,
30.
I was around 28 when I got married. About 20, 28, 29. Yes, almost
So you
30.
married in the UK.
Yes,
Oh, okay. So
yes.
you met over there.
I met a woman over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. 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 Okay.
yeah.
So you met your you met
That was my first
your
wife,
first
actually.
wife. You met your first wife in the UK.
Yeah,
Wow. Wow. And how many children did you have?
we had two over there, and when we came down here, we had another one.
Oh, okay. So while he was living in the UK, he met. let's go into, I want stories. I like stories. I think,
It
how did you meet her?
was through a friend. This friend had a woman friend, and this woman has taken this my wife, this girl I'm supposed to marry, has taken her from here down to the UK to take
Oh,
care of her children.
oh, okay.
And do you know that woman, that old lady that took my wife over there? She was the wife of one Mr. Kwabena Ajay Japan.
From J Japan.
Japan. Do you know
Who was
the judges that were
who's the
killed?
judge? He
That
was the
judge that
judge. One
was
of,
that was
yeah,
killed.
who was
That was
killed during the
that woman.
revolution.
Yes, that
Yeah.
was that woman's husband. Kwabena Ajay Japan. You see. So I met this.
Wow.
I met this friend in that
Kwabena J
is the
is still in Ghana. He was
uh,
one time, I think, General Secretary
Kwabena
of
Japan.
NPP.
Kwabena
Kwabena
Japan.
Japan.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And he's still around. He wants to be president still.
He wants to be president.
Yes.
I haven't heard about that.
He still wants to be. He still has presidential ambitions. He tried in 2008,
Oh yeah, in those
and
days I know, but now he's
now,
still pursuing
yeah, he still has that
his
ambition.
dream.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I hear, so that man's that man's the lawyers, the judge's relative was your wife.
Uh, no, because that woman was her sister's daughter.
Okay, so that woman sent your wife. Oh,
Yes,
okay,
and I
okay,
met my wife over there, and then we got married.
okay. So it was the judge's wife who took your wife to the UK.
Yeah, that man's wife,
Wife.
that judge, Mr. Kwabena Japan's wife. I think they had separated by then, and the
Mm,
woman has moved over there.
okay.
That's why she had to fetch this my wife from here to go and look after a baby also, something like
Wow,
that. Yes,
wow, wow, wow.
yes.
Wow, that's so much history. Mr.
Mm.
Kobna, Japan that he's talking about is one of the judges. You still go to the Supreme Court in Ghana. His bust is there.
Yeah.
He was one of the people who were, who
Who
were executed.
Yeah, who were
During
kidnapped
the,
and
yeah, he was kidnapped during the revolution,
yeah.
and he had to be a victim of that.
Mm-hmm.
There were investigations, and actually other people were also educated for being involved in that.
Mm.
You read about Ghana history, hear about names like Amedeka,
Yes,
and
yes, yes.
and all that. They are all associated with this particular man's story.
Mm.
Yes, and you read about it. I think we are. I like the history part that. So this woman had been taken from Ghana to come and help someone who's the judge's wife,
Mm-hmm.
and you met her,
Met her.
and it's not like you met her directly. Someone
No,
also.
through a friend. Yes.
This is a long thing. Oh.
Yes, that was through a friend.
And your friend also, said, "Oh, Mr. Barimah, there's this beautiful woman from London,
Yeah.
Ghana, who is in town.
Mm-hmm.
So, Munkokeka."
Yeah.
How did they have? How was the whole thing?
You see, this my wife was living with the stepmother. You know, I told you it was that woman's sister's daughter.
Yeah.
That my wife was sister's daughter.
Okay.
So this girl was living with that woman,
Mm.
and then that woman also, Kwabena Japan's wife, former wife. She was like a friend to that friend I told you introduced me to the girl.
Mm.
So this guy used to go to that woman's house and said, this little girl that you have brought, you must find somebody for her. So when this friend saw me, because I was then driving, and I think one time he was in trouble and I have to carry his goods from somewhere to, he said, "Oh, you're a very good man. I know of a young lady whom I think would love to have you." I said, "Okay, you can try and see what you can do for me." So he went and saw this old woman. that, oh, I have a friend, a very good friend, who I think can take good care of your little daughter, your daughter.
Wow.
You know.
Just like that.
Yes. So we went to the woman, and the woman said, "Oh yeah, we had some."
So how old was the lady at that time?
She was, I think, maybe
Was you around 28?
about 10 years
Younger than you.
younger than me.
So she was basically in her teens.
Yeah, yeah, she was.
She was like a teenager then.
Yeah.
And you were
I
you were
was
nearing
no, I was
30.
about 30 then. But
Okay, okay,
yeah, I
okay.
was about maybe 30 something.
Wow.
So that woman was, in fact, a young
Very
lady.
young.
Yes.
So
This friend I told you about had already told me about her, and he also had told her about me also.
oh,
You
hey,
see?
your friend did all the job.
Yes. The name was I think Jemfi. There,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. I haven't seen him since I came back here.
oh.
He was also here. Yes. So it was through this friend that I saw that lady, and we got married.
So you saw her. I just would like the story about, I just like these kind of stories. So you saw her for the first time and say, oh, hey, Kama, and she's nice.
Yeah,
So yeah, you met her, you saw her,
yeah.
and said, oh, she's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So you went back to, or you spoke to her already. You had interaction
Oh
before.
yes, I had spoken to her,
Uh,
but then we had to go in and then see the mom first.
oh,
You know that I'm the one trying to, come and get that little girl, that young lady. Yes.
the way you keep
Uh,
saying little girl, it means she was very young then.
I was also
Wow,
young.
yeah, wow,
You
wow.
know.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. And how many children did you have?
We had two over there, and then we moved down here, and we had another one.
Okay, so when you were coming, she came with you.
No, I had to come first to
Oh,
come and
okay.
find a place and what to do and all that.
Wow, wow.
Yeah,
So you went to London in
73.
1973,
Yes,
and later on in which year did you return?
I came back in 1980.
80.
80,
So that's basically 7 years
7 years.
after going there. What brought you back to Ghana?
Um, you see, when I was there, I thought when I first went, I thought I could easily study.
Mm,
You know, because people used to say, "Oh, if you're able to study abroad, you come back here, you get a good job and all that." But when I got there, I realized that it wasn't easy. It wasn't like that.
wasn't easy, man.
You know, if you want to go in for full time, you have to pay full fees. And I tell you,
It's not small money.
maybe my whole year's money will not be able to
Wow,
to pay. So I have to abandon that.
wow,
You
wow.
see. So I came down here first. I decided I must come back because if I couldn't actually study, then I must find some business to do and come back in my own town, or my own country. You see. But then you see, even though my wife had given birth to two kids, I didn't have a proper papers. I
Mm,
didn't have proper papers to live there and then be doing business here and there. So I said to myself, that's where I've lived all my life in Ghana, and there are so many things if I'm there I can do, even things that I didn't have then. Now I have them. So why don't I go back and then try and settle in my own country?
wow. And you returned in
1980.
1980.
Yes.
And 1980 was another chaotic, probably the most
Ah,
chaotic era in Ghana's history.
it wasn't easy. That was
1980.
Liman.
That was
Liman was
Liman,
there,
yeah.
but
It was right
immediately,
after the revolution.
yes,
Yes, the
he was
revolution.
thrown out.
Yes, it was right after the revolution of
Yeah,
1979.
yeah.
Elections were held and
Mm-hmm.
Liman won. So were you here before the election?
Uh, no, I was here in 80. Was the election 80? I don't know.
I think the election was 79,
Uh,
and so you don't remember whether you were here before the election or not.
no. I think no. I think the man was in power then.
Okay, you came when Liman was in
Yeah,
power. Oh,
yeah, yeah,
okay.
1980. I think he was in power.
Wow, wow.
You
And
see,
just a few years
few
later,
years later,
Lim-
was it few years? Maybe a year after or so.
yeah,
The revolution was when?
the revolution was 79,
79.
and he
Ah,
came in for some 2 years, and
yeah, yeah.
around 1981 or
1981, that was his another revolution, wasn't it?
31st
31st night. Yeah,
December.
yeah, yeah.
So the 31st December 1981, he was overthrown. So basically, 82, he was no more president.
So I came in 80 and 81, Liman was overthrown.
Wow,
Yeah, yeah.
wow. So Liman was overthrown at that time, and it was another chaotic. Ghana was not like this. Oh,
Hey,
Ghana was a place that, you couldn't even have goods to buy.
hmm.
During the revolution, they were able to, suppress all these
You
things.
can't even find a car. In those days there were no cars. You used to have articulators carrying people from here to Kumasi. And as I told you did I tell you? As I told you, because I had this Toyota Haze, which I used to, you know, pick people from my hometown, Asante Mampong, to Accra every day. You know, and sometimes you wake up about 11, about 1, 2 o'clock. People have gathered in front of my door, coming to board my car because you can't have a car to Accra. But in those days,
Wow, wow,
and I was trying because I had this small Toyota Haze, and I said, oh, now that I'm here, I mean, I can take them to Accra every morning. So I started the Accra Asante Mampong trip gradually,
wow, wow,
you know.
wow. So that time there were there were even no cars for people to.
No, no, hey, why na obenya car? Articulator no mu na nkrofo fro edeko.
Wow.
Share.
Imagine articulator, carrying humans,
Eh,
and
why nya sa so unya car?
they carry them like sardines.
Share sa. Yes, I unya car.
But around that period too, there were a lot of people going to Nigeria. Yeah.
Aha.
Did you hear about it, or were any of your family members involved?
No, no, this friend I told you that I was living with in Kumasi, Anto.
And so,
When I came to Ghana in 1980, he was also still working with Africa Motors. He didn't
okay.
he
You
didn't
didn't leave.
travel.
Okay.
So when I came, well, I was corresponding with him whilst I was even in the UK. You see? So when I came, I was told Anto has gone to Nigeria. He has left Africa Motors and he's gone to Nigeria because things weren't going well here in Ghana. So those that were working in workshops and all that, they had to flee.
Wow.
So he went over to Nigeria.
Wow. And he returned.
He returned because there came a time that they were thrown out from Nigeria.
Wow.
Did you hear about that?
Yes, that was 83. Ghana
Uh-huh.
must go.
So yeah. So he had to come back in 1983, that place. And in fact, he didn't have anything. He didn't have anything at
Wow.
all.
Wow.
So
Wow.
that was it.
Wow. Wow. So I want you to shed more your the boys that you were working with during the African motors.
Yeah.
Those who wanted to travel out of Ghana.
A lot of them had to go. A lot of them.
Wow, they're able to make it out.
Oh yes.
To
Some of
Europe.
them went to most of them went to America.
Wow.
But I think I heard about one or two or so in London. And then somewhere in Europe. Europe.
But these were boys who thought it was to just process to get their passport done.
Yes.
So that was just the first step of their travel.
Do you know something? Look, whatever you say, if you are not careful, that thing will follow you everywhere you are. This my friend I told you about, Anto. When we were in Africa Motors and we were all looking for passport, the rest of them, everybody was securing a passport. He was saying, as for me, I don't have anybody abroad though. I don't know what I'm going to use with the passport for. I'm not going. I'm living here. You can go. I'm living here. I'm not going. So when I went, there came a time that things were getting bad here, and he said to me, Yaw, me na mka sa me ma wo, nso say deɛ me ya me ba na so. And your mammy will be now or invitation near there. Now, luckily, so not Ninu have been to America. Ninu no bread is sika. Gave him money, gave him invitation letters and everything. When he went to the embassy, he was just thrown out. He
Hmm.
tried again, he went in, he was just thrown out because he had said in his heart that he is not going anywhere. He's in Ghana here, he's not going anywhere. We can go. And true to what he said,
Came to
he
pass.
wasn't able to go. He wasn't
Wow.
able to go for
So,
about 2 or 3 times. That's why he had to leave for Nigeria. So whatever you say, you must be careful about it. Must be careful about it.
wow. This is deep. Some people just say things like, yeah. I hear there was one was it Ade Aye Me? He's I think he founded Masai Motors.
Okay.
I don't know whether it's Ade Aye Me or somebody said something like that. Ade Aye Me, that when he was in secondary school, he said that he will be a millionaire by the age of 30 or something.
Okay.
He used to say it in Fancy Film School, and he used to tell his friends, and one, and you know that he will be a millionaire by the age of 30.
Yeah.
And you know, one of his friends also used to say, "Oh, if you become a millionaire, then I'll also shine your shoe.
Hey.
I'll also be a shoe shine or shine your shoe or something." And lo and behold, by 30, he was a millionaire by American standards.
Wow.
And his other friend was struggling. It was no, you know, he was struggling,
Oh
struggling
yes.
with nothing. So the thing, you know, what you say
Hey.
about yourself should be very, very positive.
Messi madam fi de da bia wo say ya de ni ba bia ko ya de ha ya afi du mre bi no. No, he wish he could go or try here now a bounce or try now bounce. So I saw judge man no ko pe Nigeria ba bi tena. Ko tena wa so a.
Yeah, so that is it. That is it. I like these things because it's a life lesson, you know, for all of us. If you're a
True.
young person
True.
and you are making certain pronouncements, you have to be
Pronouncements.
very, 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 very
Exactly.
careful.
Exactly.
You know, you just don't be reckless and be saying things.
Yeah.
So the safest way to go is to say something positive, something encouraging.
Mhm.
You know, that you know, no matter what, you make it.
Mpa.
You know, and impact
Mpa.
society and all that.
Mpa.
So that
Yeah,
is a
it's
great
true.
that's a great story. So when you came back, you went into transport and you were, you know, driving from Asante Mampong. Actually, you were the first person to start Accra to Asante
Accra to
Mampong.
Asante Mampong.
Yes. So this man here was the very first person to begin a shuttle, you know, between Accra and Asante Mampong. Yes, and he did it with his own car,
Hayes. Toyota Hayes.
Toyota Hiace. And on it, it looks like Trotro.
Yeah.
It is Trotro,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yes. And at that time, were you making money? What motivated you to? You could have been in Accra and be doing this work.
No, no, because by then my wife had arrived from UK
Okay.
and I was living with her at Mampong. Therefore, I couldn't live in Accra,
Okay.
you see. So whilst I was in Mampong, nothing doing, the little that we brought over, was being used. So I said, why don't I find something else to at least push us along?
I can see you like your hometown, Pabi. You know, from Accra to Asante Mampo, it's like
It's
so.
not a small
So how
journey.
many trips were you able to do, you know, in a day?
You see, if I could do five days in a week, people were prepared to go. But sometimes I was so tired because when I go, I will have to come back the same day.
Oh, okay.
You
So you
know?
go there in the morning.
Yes. Yeah. No, that's where I live. I come from there to Accra in the morning.
Okay.
And by the time I get to Neoplan, there were even people ready to go to Mampong.
Oh.
Sometimes you can't get full because there wasn't any shuttle from here to Mampong. But people realized that there's a car that goes
Always,
to Accra and then
yeah.
come back.
So they wait for
They
you.
wait. They
Wow.
used to gather at my doorstep,
Wow.
waiting for me to come out and take them.
Wow. So, but your wife was in Accra.
She no, she
Your wife
was
was
living with
still in
me at
Mampong.
Mampong. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Mm.
Wow, 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 wow. And that was, during that time, that early 80s.
Mm-hmm.
So you did this for a while, and you had more kids in Ghana
Yes,
because you had three already.
I had three already. I had some more.
And when you came to Ghana, what was your wife doing apart from taking care of the children?
Oh, she had this kiosk where she used to sell, provisions and other things
Oh,
in
okay.
the
Oh, okay.
yeah,
In Asante Mampong.
Mampong.
Oh, okay. But the political climate, I don't. I wish you could, also touch on it because, Ghana was still had that revolutionary, environment. There was a young man, in power, and soldiers. We had curfew and all those. You were a driver that time,
Mm-hmm.
with this curfew and all this. How was it?
It wasn't easy.
Did the curfew, come to
I,
Asante Mampong?
uh, I don't think during the curfew I was driving. I don't think so. When was the curfew? I don't think that
It was
time I
during
was
the
driving.
early 80s.
No, I wasn't driving
It
then.
wasn't.
No, I wasn't driving.
But
The curfew wasn't that long.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it was restored. I mean, the normalcy was
Restored.
restored.
Oh, okay.
Though it was there for some time, but when he realized that things had become cool,
Oh,
then he took away the
oh.
the the, the curfew.
All right. I want us to talk about entertainment a little bit. During those days, no more concert.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
concert. How?
Interestingly, do you know this man, Akosiampo Foje? He comes from my hometown.
Hey.
Hey,
You
hey.
can't. Oh, okay. Asante Mam.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Where ya, Papa? Where ya, Pa? Where
Yo,
ya, Pa?
I like his music very well.
My parents my mom used to play, this album.
That's right.
If you do good, you do for
Do for
yourself.
yourself, yeah.
You
He
do
was
bad.
he was in fact not a close friend, but he was very close to my place where I live.
Wow.
He was living there with his father, and I was more or less opposite where the father works.
Oh,
The
okay.
father was a carpenter, a judge, a very nice man.
Wow, wow.
So I knew that I take.
Wow, that a
Yeah,
tick. That was
yeah,
his
that was
nickname.
the nickname.
Akwasi Afofeje. He had great music. One of the greatest high life
Uh-huh.
musicians Ghana has ever had. I
Yeah.
didn't know he came. That's his hometown. That's
Oh, that's
Mampong.
his hometown.
That's beautiful music.
Yes.
Go and check him out, Akwasi Afofeje.
Yeah.
If you do good, you do for yourself. And also, Wutiti me, Odosa Sedieti.
Oh, people love his music. A lot of people
And I
love
hear
it.
I hear he trained. I don't know whether it's amateur, but he had a lot of people who
Yeah,
went on and
yes. Even Lumba.
he trained Lumba.
Yeah, he trained Lumba. He trained Amatidede.
Mm,
You know.
wow, wow, uh,
So.
wow. Asante Mampong, still one of the places on my travel list. Next week I'm going to Wa and I'll go to
Okay.
Tamale too. So whenever I go to Kumasi, I have to go to Asante Mampong. And also Ejuso too. I want to go there.
Just so yes, he has a dual style.
Yeah, and also the Bosomchi area.
Okay.
Oh,
In fact, your
interesting
job
place.
is interesting. Oh.
Yeah.
You have to be traveling everywhere. It's interesting.
But yours is even more interesting.
Oh,
You have seen the whole Ghana.
oh yeah, yeah.
To be able to go as a Kumasi and Accra back in a day it's a
It
whole
wasn't, it
experience.
wasn't easy. It wasn't easy.
But was it financially
Oh yeah, it
viable?
was good. It was good.
You're making some money.
Yeah, because people were willing to travel. They couldn't get transportation. Those days, fuel wasn't a problem actually.
Oh,
Yeah, well, there came a time that fuel became scarce, but as at the time that I was driving to Accra, I never experienced that.
mm,
Mm. Do you know that there was a fuel also problem when Rollins said if there's a need for us to walk, we will walk. We'll leave the cars, park the cars. We will walk.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow,
Yes.
wow. Things have happened in Ghana. Oh. Things
Hey.
have happened in Ghana.
Hey.
So I think we are lucky if we are. Sometimes when I hear people complain, I complain myself, but sometimes it's too much. I think we should be more optimistic
Yes.
and also
Ghanaians, they love
complain
complaining.
too
I
much.
tell you. We all know that things are not easy. Things are not easy anywhere.
Yeah,
There's no free lunch
there's
anywhere.
no free lunch
This is
anywhere.
what a pastor friend said to me.
Yeah.
He says to me, look, these businessmen that are working,
Mm,
sometimes they have a friend in the ministry, they have a friend here who gives them a contract.
mm,
So they give them the contract, and after the contract, they give them what is due them. But
mm.
there comes a time that they will say, "Oh, I just want you to take you for lunch." That is
Yeah,
the businessman.
yeah.
He will tell his boss, "Oh, boss, let me take you for
Uh,
lunch," even though he has paid everything to him. And then when he takes him for lunch, while they are eating, this contractor will be asking another job
job.
somewhere. So there's no free lunch, even though he said he's taking you free.
Yeah, he's going to use it to get some more contracts. It's
Ah,
true. It's true.
oh
I
yes,
think we should be more
there's no
optimistic
yes,
and also bring more solutions on board than always always complaints don't solve problems.
yes.
It's good that you are aware of your environment and looking out for better
Mhm,
demanding better from your leaders
mhm.
and accountability and all that, but also I think you also have to do your part.
Yes,
I used to complain a lot,
yes.
but it is
Doesn't
not a
help.
good thing.
Doesn't help
It
at
doesn't.
all.
It doesn't. So let's stop and
Yeah.
always do our part
Yes.
to make the nation work, to make things work.
Yes.
You do your part, he does his part,
Mhm.
everybody is doing his
Mhm.
part, things will
Mhm.
go all right.
Yeah.
But we sit back and we always blame people.
Oh. 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 Oh.
It's bad. They have been through worse. When he's talking about what he has gone through from 1979 or 1980 in Ghana.
Mhm.
Okay, let's say 1980 to Ghana to even 1990. It was chaotic.
That's right. True.
It was
True.
chaotic. There were times that they couldn't even get things to buy. There
Mm.
were times that things were in short supply. There were times that fuel was in short supply. But
Mhm.
people had to manage.
Yes.
So
Yes.
even ice water. When I was growing up, I saw there was time this ice water, this pure water. They had it in
Big bowl.
yeah, big
Yes, and then
every
they have this cup
cup.
to which they supply to everyone. If you want one, they just dip into it, give it to you to
To
drink, and
drink.
then you pay them.
And this is a cup. Yeah, everybody.
Things have
One cup.
changed. Things have changed
And
now.
now if they put it here, you say it's unhygienic.
I
But that was the only option those days.
true.
So things
Things have happened. Things
yeah.
have come to pass.
Now everybody has a phone. You can have access to the internet. There are a lot of
Yeah.
opportunities out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
True.
brings me to our when you started driving in London. The last time you told me that there was this uh, cab service that you signed up on and then you were driving.
Yes.
Can we go back there because our
Minicab.
conversation has been
Minicab.
back and forth, back and okay. So when he was in London, he signed up to this ride-hailing service called Minicab.
Minicab.
That was before this Uber era.
Mm.
How did it work?
Yes. With minicab, it is almost the same thing as the Uber. But then in those days, we didn't have these smartphones. These phones, you can easily use it for these items. So what they used to give us was the walking talking.
Oh, okay.
Yes, they have this whole machine. A big, it's quite bulky. They put it under your driving seat, and then they will give you
Handset.
a handset, so that if you have a problem, you call to the main office,
Oh.
and then they will direct you or help you whatever you want to do. So what happens is that there's this big whole office, and then they distribute their cards, the addresses and everything to homes. So
Mm,
that if you need a car, all
just
you have to
call.
do is to call the main office,
Mm.
and then you give them your address.
Oh,
They will write the address down, and whilst we are there, they give you the jobs as they come. You know, so anytime you take somebody out, you come back to the base.
wow,
You see,
wow,
and then come and put your number down. So
wow.
when it's your turn, they give you another job. You go, you come back.
So the
But
customers, okay.
sometimes what happens is that the use of the walking talking is that it's just something like this Uber.
Mm,
Supposing you take somebody from Dansoman here to Osu, and there's a job around Osu there.
mm,
What they do is that those people will call the office and say, "Oh, I'm in Osu, but I'm coming to Dansoman. Do you have a
mm.
car around here?" They say,
Okay.
"Oh, yes." Then you has taking somebody to Osu, they will contact you and say, "Oh, there's a man here at Osu at this address. Go there and pick them, and then bring
Wow,
them to
wow.
Dansuman."
This is basically
So,
like Uber. Uber
exactly.
before Uber.
Yes.
So it was just a technology change.
Aha.
Wow, but
Exactly.
wow, 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 wow.
You
That's
see?
nice. So these people had telephones in the car. They would just call the drivers and give them the orders,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how the company was. It's just like Uber.
Yes.
But that one you couldn't. The driver wouldn't talk directly with the customers.
You mean when she is in?
Yeah, no,
When
I mean when they are
oh,
ordering,
no, no, no.
they order to the office,
The main
and
office.
the office contacts the driver and tells.
Yes. Yes.
But how profit was it? Were you making some money?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Because they have prices for everywhere. You know,
Oh,
if you are not sure how much to charge them, you call the office and you say, "Oh, this man wants to go from Dansuma here to maybe Tesano. How
mm,
much would that be?" So they will calculate and
mm.
then tell you the driver that it should be this.
Oh,
You know, in fact, they had prices for certain places like the airport, hotels, and all that. So the moment you take the job, then they give you the price. Oh, for this one to the airport is so much.
oh.
You know.
Forgive me. Our conversation is just going back and forth. I could tap of AJ. I, I want us to go back.
That's a
So,
thing.
so he was your friend.
He was my friend.
Did,
Not too close a friend, but he was my friend. He
did,
knows me. I know
did
him.
you go to his concert? What?
No, no, I didn't. No.
But did you ever go to any concert?
Oh, yes. In those days, it was only when we were kids, when we were in middle school and we used to go to, when people have to come to Mampong to stage a concert, then we also go. Sometimes you have to carry this bench because you don't have money to go in.
So that they will let you in. I have to go and carry something.
Yeah, carry the bench because already maybe the place is full. They want a place for people to sit. So once you go in with your bench, yeah, they say, "Come on, come in with the bench," and then you have
Go
an
and enjoy.
opportunity to go and watch.
So they had a community center or something that they were holding
Yes,
events.
Midway uh, Hotel. There's a
Oh,
place there.
wow.
Midway. I don't know whether it's still so.
So do you remember any of the bands which came to?
Yeah, Jaguar Jokers. I don't know if you've heard about those people.
Oh,
Oh, they are very
Jaguar Jokers.
interesting. Yeah, JJ. Jaguar Jokers.
So they brought the band itself and also
Kakeku
hey
also
Kakeku
used to
Bao.
come. Obao.
Hey.
Yes.
Then the
Kakeku
place
no
was full.
Obao, yes.
Wow.
Almost any the one by any one more agro. And the war hina obobo na so obakwaku no. Oh
Wow,
yes.
wow, wow.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Kakeku Bebo Asante Mampong.
Oh yes. Obao. Omina Obao. But I'm matching the day no money that I take no there
Later,
later. And most of the time no so no. During those days I know mobile obi wa na amasa me was school.
mm.
Me school baby me bi na make say bi na mo ku fodua yi.
Oh, yeah,
E
yeah.
wata kwai ba tamaleni nti na sa time no de na me ni ada me ni mampong. So
Wow. So that I think was just a Mampong boy.
yeah.
Oh, nice,
That I
nice,
think.
nice, 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 nice.
Yeah.
But you don't seem to have a very, entertainment. I don't see you
No.
because of your technical.
Maybe that's why, yes.
So in London, football, did you go to watch football?
Football. I used to watch on the television. Do you know this football club, Tottenham Hotspur?
Yeah.
Tottenham
It's a
Hotspur.
London-based club.
Very close to where I live.
Oh,
You
nice.
know, very close. But I never went once even. I never went
Oh,
there before. I mean, that's not why I'm there. I'm there to make some money and come back. That's all.
so Spurs, you were just near
Yes.
Tottenham. Wow. So did you have did you have any affinity for any? You had Asante Kotoko was your main team.
You
Did
mean
you
when I
support?
was in
No,
Kumasi?
even your own club.
Ooh, yes.
Which
Sometimes I support them, but
Kotoko?
I'm not a keen supporter.
Uh,
You know. Oh no.
but when Kotoko and Hearts are playing, you support Kotoko.
Oh yes. Sometimes. Well, I don't bother whether they score them or whatever, but I will support them somehow. Yes.
What about when you went to the UK?
You mean I had a
Tottenham,
favorite team?
Chelsea.
No. This team I like Liverpool.
Wow.
I
Even
like,
even though you were living in London.
yes, I like Liverpool. I never went to their matches, but I like them. And there was this team also. Uh, I think I've forgotten
Is it
about it.
West Ham or
Yeah.
Blackpool or?
No. West Ham, Arsenal,
Yeah,
Tottenham. No.
yeah.
Even though yes,
But you like Liverpool? Why?
oh yes, because they had this coach who was very good. What's his name?
Is it Kenny
Oh,
Dalglish or?
Kenny Dalglish. Oh, I love the man. That's why. Yes, yes. I love the man. That's why.
Kenny Dalglish was also a player. He was a player coach
Yes, it
at
was a
the
prayer
club.
coach. He was very good. He was very good. Kenny Dalglish. Yes.
You've never been to a stadium to watch a game?
No. You mean in Ghana here?
Anywhere
In Ghana here, I have done that when I was working in Kumasi. I used to go with my friend to Kumasi Stadium.
to watch Kotoko?
Yeah, when Kotoko are playing with some other team.
Wow, wow,
Yeah,
wow, 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 wow. That's
yeah.
nice. At least you have entertainment side at least.
Oh yes,
You enjoyed, had some good times.
yeah.
And what about music? Apart from the gospel music,
Nana Ampadu, I love his music, his songs, and I love that I
that I
take
take.
also. Yes, because I love his records also.
Wow, you love Ampadu, eh?
Yes, Ampadu was my king actually.
Wow,
Oh
wow,
yes,
wow, wow.
yes.
Which of the Ampadu songs?
Nana, huh?
Which of
Oh,
the Ampadu songs?
Unim, Jumbi, Nana Ampadu no was it Ade Aye Me, Ade Aye
Oh,
Me.
Ade Aye Me, oh, Ade Aye Me,
The
oh,
intra,
Ade Aye
the
Me.
intra, na, when my mother was alive, and I make her say, if you are concert, you be back, and you know from me, because so bench in your day. Sabra, so many mamma, so na concert,
Important.
and pontem, maybe near to about Timprum. Anytime I come back home, the doors are locked.
Anytime you go and watch
Yes.
the band
So
play.
all I have to do is to go and knock my mother's window.
Oh,
Oh, my bow. Then the casa sa ba no sorry, abrewa.
maybe.
Oh, sorry about baby. The rubber do bo opening no can bi say emra na what did he say? Or see drume bi am so was na for no kwa abonten na wo ba fie no na ya to abonten punum na sanka na maame wo ho a nka na ho tutuo na aba na dwono kura no a bigba bibie no amna akofie ba say ya ne maame ni we wo beda abonten amade ache this ajom no it just sounded in my ears but I love this song. Ade Aye Me, Ade Aye Me.
It's a great song. I went to his funeral.
Oh.
Yeah, at the State House, and as you are saying, Nana Ampadu is a great artist.
And I love the man.
Yeah, it's very very philosophical in his music.
Yes. Two Jomana, made the man been a two, some me the beer, hammy, every way. Ebia obekasa sa menkro anaju se wo koye die ni. Oh.
Bi anya ho sa abada no. Woni obi tia onya ho sa abada no.
Who will do that? Na mama pema sempa kire se na me ya abofra no. Na I was very hard working. Especially ko afuom se ya. Ebi wo ha ba bia e be kono ewura no eye chick ni edi. Anso onya kasa ho de e kwa. Ye duru ho a me kura sika me se bi banchi bi ni yetu ehye hia makwa akotu aba. So enti no
Famuni agro.
of family agro kra. Family agro. So
he's saying that his mom really loved him because of his hard work, you know.
Unim. Na me so me ba no man fa na ni agro kra.
Ufi abreche ba no.
Oh, man fa na ni agro kra.
Uma ni je
Ena bibi bo be wo ni ade nyina. Now just say bibia na there was a time. Ena my brother Penny Amaka so hwe school no. Ne ma bi fra bruchire bai. Ena wo ko abrewe ho wo the provisions ni niema oba sa abre oro hu no mo hu o mo. Ena oyi gu ho so mo yigu ho sa na mo pack ko gu no ho. Na o mo de o mo ko e. Nti wa mo ka chen say anyway kra no say wa hu no no. Enti another time me free Accra by when I came from Accra and came down and saw my mother. Because Hona, because she answered, oh, my boy near you. And was ya me do see oh, and say, oh, what's the problem? No, I say, oh, say now no, a near baby bank could I buy in say I say, Quabram man, they do on buy. I'm the one buy or me go in the American chum say, when you be an the buy Abema. And you are kind of oh, was the near mom you go, baby, you will be at the buy say Abema. Oh, I love my mom, actually.
Wow. When did she pass away?
204.
Only.
She was about 99.
Oh.
98, yes.
204 they were only.
Yes.
Wow.
And you know, because I was very hard working. And Nuntina, Mra, me car send me go school no. Because me go school, because maram for being introduced to me. And nunti na sika ni fie. But ono na call me brother hoko ka chen say yaw ekobna. Sabe mu nyina mo awie school dia, but obi a manya sika mfo obi an ko secondary school. But kitwa nkwa otwa to edie. De obetimi aye bia ye na bo ano. Ono ka chen me brother ansa na me brother ehwe me. Because my mother loved me. In part, no, wow. So,
wow. That's nice. That's nice. We are moving to to the end of this. Now we go back to the. You are in Ghana in the in the 70s and all that. And last time you told me that you moved away. Okay, so you were traveling between Accra and Asante Mampong.
Yeah.
Then what happened? Then you went to Germany.
Yes. I was there. When things continued like that, after the revolution, any 31st December, by any other, things started to become difficult again. So, the Kana Namidi, Jumano, investment kakrebi amaye. In fact, me started portrait ewo. Me kromukwano, so that is a kwanso.
Yenka bravo kakana. So you started a poultry farm around that time?
Around that time.
So that was around in the 90s, in the early 90s?
Yes, I think so.
So the late 80s to the
80s,
early...
yes. Between the 80s and then the 90s, thereabout.
And you went to Germany in because you told me you went
92.
to Germany. Oh, okay. So what I want to know the reason why you left again.
When I started with this shuttle from Mampong to Accra, the car became older, and things weren't going the way I wanted. You see, so I had to abandon that Accra trip, and I gave the car. In fact, I had two two cars. There was this car we call Dyna, Toyota
Oh.
Dyna. I don't know if you've heard about it.
Toyota Diana.
Dyna.
Wow.
I bought that one
Diana
also.
to say Princess Diana.
No, it's I think it's Dyna.
Oh, okay.
Toyota Dyna. Yes. Yes.
So you had that one too.
That one too, and I lend them to drivers to drive, around the area, Mampong. And I started with a poultry farm,
Also in Mampong.
also in Mampong. Rearing pigs. You see, but then things weren't easy. Things weren't easy.
So, but you had poultry farm, you had pig farm, you had all these things, you had cars, and still things were not easy.
Things were not easy. Don't forget, I had my children also being schooled here.
Oh, okay.
You
Okay,
see, those
okay.
children that I have brought over.
So they were schooling in
Asante Mampong.
Asante Mampong.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see, so I realized that things weren't going the way I wanted.
Wow.
Therefore, I wanted to go to
back.
Germany.
Oh, okay. Why Germany?
Because in those days it was easier to go to Germany.
It was easier.
And also their economy, we were told, is far better than those
Other
in
European
Europe.
countries.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And most people had gone from my hometown to Germany and have come back with cars.
Yeah, Hamburg
You
burgers.
know, I tell you.
And if,
So
wow.
I also decided to go back and try that place.
Wow. Yeah,
So,
we when we were young, we used to hear a lot about Ghanaians in Germany,
Yeah.
burger funny, Hamburg funny. So where in Germany did you live?
there's a place called Ottenberg.
Ottenberg.
Ottenberg is closer to oh
Ottenberg.
sometimes
Everything
that
is
was a
big,
village.
big.
That one is a village, but it's nearer to a bigger place. I've forgotten the place.
Is it somewhere close to Hamburg or something?
No, it's not. It's far from Hamburg.
Mm.
Do you know where Antonio Boa
We
was?
used to hear a lot about Ghanaians in Germany,
Yeah.
burger funny, Hamburg funny. So where in Germany did you live?
There's a place called Ottenberg.
Ottenberg.
Ottenberg is closer to oh
Ottenberg.
sometimes
Everything
that was
is
a
big,
village.
big.
That one is a village, but it's nearer to a bigger place. I've forgotten the place.
Is it somewhere close to Hamburg or something?
No, it's not. It's far from Hamburg.
Mm.
Do you know where Antonio Boa was playing for?
Anthony Abua played at.
I
Oh.
think. Oh, look, I've forgotten the place. Yeah,
Anthony Abua.
it's a big place. That place is
Okay.
a big place. I'll just
It's
that
not
up.
Freiburg too.
No, it's not Freiburg.
It's not Hamburg. Okay, we'll find it out. That's easy to find online.
Yeah. So this where I was living was called Ottenberg. That was like a village, and you can only get to the big Habanov with the train. You know, a central railway station is called Habanov. Habanov.
Habanov.
Hauptbahnhof. Hauptbahnhof. At the
Hauptbahnhof.
center of the Bahnhof of the trains.
Wow.
Train they call train Bahnhof. Bahnhof. But Haupt means center of something.
Center. Okay.
Yeah. So Habanov. Yes.
So that's where you. So how was Germany?
Germany was, as I told you, was good. Even though I live in London, I found out that Germany was far, far, far better than Britain.
So your children were still in Ghana. Your wife was here.
My wife was here, but later on, because my children had the British passport, I asked her to, help her send them back.
Oh, okay.
The boy first went away, and then he also fetched the girl from here.
So they didn't go to secondary school here
They went to secondary school here.
in Ghana.
The girl didn't go to secondary school, but the boy did. He
Wow.
went to Kumasi High.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So they went back to the UK.
They went back
And you
to
were
the
in
UK.
Germany.
I was in Germany, yes.
Wow, that would. How many years did you spend over there in Germany?
I was about from 90, I think 90, was it 91 or 92 to 94 4. I think about 3 4 years.
And was it true? Was it? I mean, what you had your expectation before you went there that the German economy is good and people were making money. Were you
Mhm.
making money over there?
I was making money. I
Oh,
was making money.
what
The
were you
place
doing?
was good. You see, I had a friend who had a big plus, a Ghanaian. He's a very good friend of mine. He had a big plus over there, and he used to buy second-hand goods, tires, engines, car spare parts, and then ship them to Ghana. And sometimes he would sell some of them also to Nigerians. He had a very big place, in Hamburg.
So you were working there,
I was
basically.
working there. In fact, he had this truck. They call it absolute wagon. They used to tow cars.
Okay.
Sometimes they pull it onto it, and then the car will come and sit on it, and then they drive it to the port. I was driving it, the
Wow.
absolute wagon, because when I went there, I had a British license, but I couldn't drive with it for long.
Mm.
So I applied for a license over there in Germany. So they wanted to see my British license.
Mm.
Gave it to them. They went to verify from Britain, and then later on they gave me the German license.
And you started driving.
I started driving.
But you said going to Germany was easy those days. How easy was it for you?
It was easy actually because there were, as people say, there were so many
Connection.
connection people. You know,
And it worked.
it did.
If you
Yes.
have the money.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. If you had the money, you can easily go. Easily,
Wow.
easily. It
Wow.
wasn't difficult at all.
Wow. So how long did you stay in Germany?
That's what I'm saying. About 3 years, 3.5, 4 years, thereabout. Yeah.
And you think the working and the money was
It
okay?
was good. It was really good. Do you know? Because there came a time that I wasn't working with this my friend. There was another guy who had been over there for 8 9 years, and he came to me. He used to buy cars and sell them. So he didn't have a license. So he contacted me and said, "Offer, hey, yes, offer. They say you got a German license. Can you come and work with me? We go and look for cars and sell them, and that will fetch us money." I said, "Okay." So I bought uh, a, golf. Was it golf? I don't know which number was it. I bought a golf car. So we used to travel to cities, other places and villages,
Looking
and
for cars.
looking for cars,
Oh,
especially cars that can be easily sold in Ghana.
oh.
Not all cars. With some cars, if you bring them here, nobody, or if you want people to buy it, nobody will buy it. But there were cars that Ghanaians love. So we just go around and find them. And what happens is that over there, any car you see without a number plate, an old car, that means it's for sale.
Oh, okay. So it
That
was
means
easy for you to identify them.
easily. So we go around we go to garages, we go to um uh so many places. So the moment we see a car and it's a car that Ghanaians love, we just go in and buy it.
Wow,
you know.
wow, wow.
And because that guy also, because he had lived there for some time, he could speak the Dutch
Oh, okay.
easily. And I was even trying to also
Learn it.
learn it, but now I've forgotten almost all of them, just few ones.
But you speak very, very good English. The first time I met you, I was like, wow, I thought you were some old teacher or something like old, educationist or
Yeah.
because your English is quite good. It's
Well,
better than most of us what we speak.
oh
Some
no.
of us
Well, we're all learning.
but
English is somebody's
your
language. I mean,
English
we're all learning.
your English was like I was like, this man was he a university teacher or something?
No way.
This man didn't
I
even go
didn't
to
get there.
university. Okay,
No.
but your school is probably a university now.
Wha-
Tamale Technical University.
Oh yeah, it's
So
university
you are a
now.
university man.
Yes.
Wow, wow, wow. Nice, nice. So in in uh, in in Germany, he was into cars, dealing car buying and selling and all that, and he made some money and stayed there for 3 years. So 1995, he came back.
96.
96.
Yes.
You came back to Ghana.
Yes.
Wow.
Do you know the number of cars that I brought whilst I was there? Of course, they were old cars, but then what I used to do was anytime I get some money, I just go in and then buy a car and send it to my wife over here in Accra.
Wow.
But what happens is, the moment I bring the car, I want her to sell it and bring me the money back because I didn't have capital. You know, so if I work a little bit and then get a little capital, then I will buy the car, bring it in, she will sell it here and get a good money, and then send me, the money back so that I could buy a bigger car or
So you
whatever.
were doing that?
Oh yes,
So
I brought about, I think about 6 cars. You won't believe it.
Wow.
Oh yes.
Wow. And the profit margin was okay?
Oh
It was
yes.
good.
Yes. It was
Wow.
good.
Wow.
Do you
Wow.
know when I came back to Ghana, before I came in, I had 2 cars already sitting down here. Ladder, they call it
Ladder.
ladder cars. Yes, my wife has sold one of them. The other one she was using to take the children to school. And then I brought a 207. And then I brought another Italian car. They call it Fiorino or so. Yes.
Wow.
So when I came back, I had about 3 cars sitting down here for me.
Waiting. Wow. And your wife was, but your wife had moved to the UK then?
No, 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 no. That first wife I married,
Okay, okay, okay. The
I
UK,
had,
when they went to you, that was your first wife.
yes.
She went back to the UK.
No, she's in Kumasi, but then we are divorced.
Okay, it's your children who went
My
back to the
children
UK.
that yeah, it's my children that went.
Oh, okay. But okay, but your wife was the first one was still in Ghana.
In Ghana, yes.
Oh, okay, okay. But the children had gone back to.
That's right.
Is she still alive?
She's there, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. When you were getting all these car deals, but you didn't do it for long. It was just 3 to 4 years, then you
Yes.
came back.
It's all by the grace of God. Because when I went over, before I went over, I was very hot here.
Yeah.
I had devoted the whole of my time praying,
Wow.
because even though I made some mistake, I didn't want to.
Yeah.
Yes. So I prayed very hard. And when I went over there, I didn't pray
You
at
didn't
all.
play.
I didn't pray
So
like
within that
pray.
short period, you were able to get
Yes.
something.
It was like a miracle,
Wow.
It
Wow.
was like a miracle.
Wow. So when you came, at least it was okay.
Yes. When I
Life
came,
was
it was okay, yes.
You came back to transport business.
Yes, I did. Do you know I also um, used to drive this trotro here in Accra?
Wow.
Yes, when I came back, I said, no, I'm not going to sit down or I'm not going to joke as I first did. So now I'm going to sit in the trotro and then drive myself.
Your
here.
own car.
My own car. I was driving from Circle to Kaswa.
Oh, okay. And how was the business?
Marvelous. That's what I used to
build
build
a house.
the house.
Your house here.
You
this is
won't
what
believe it.
Wow. You said the area
Janman.
Janma.
Like Asamoah Jan man.
Janman. Okay,
The man.
Man.
Yeah.
Okay. Like a shaman.
That's right.
Sakaman.
Saka
Dansoman.
man. That's right. So
Jan-
Jan man.
So it's around the Bawe area.
Yeah.
He was able to put up building a car is not easy. So if
It's
he
not
was able to
easy.
do this
You-
driving to build a house, that will accommodate that. So the family moved in.
You see, whilst I was in Germany,
Yeah.
she had found an accommodation around Malam.
Oh, okay.
Of course, I had to remit money
Oh.
from there for all this. So when I came down, we lived there for about maybe a year or year and a half. Then we started
Building.
our own. Yeah,
Wow.
you see.
Wow. Building is very important, in our part of the world, having a place of your own.
Yeah.
Else you will pay a lot of money to other
True,
people and
true.
end up having nothing, to show up. It's very unfortunate that in our part of the world,
Yes.
how do you call it? Our housing is not, really really good. In elsewhere in other places, you don't even have to build, but
That's
you might
right.
live in a decent home
Yeah.
for the rest of your life. But
Mm.
here, if you don't do that,
If you don't have
you'll be
one,
miserable.
you'll be miserable.
So he was able to look sharp, as we say it, and did it, and that is where he has raised his children. And right now he's just enjoying his retirement. So when you were doing this, you were building small small.
Yes.
That was late 90s,
Yes.
2000s.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah.
So around which year did you stop the tractor?
That one. I think it's about 204.
Oh, okay.
203, 204
That was
thereabout.
that was around the time your mother
My
died.
mom died, yes.
After 204, what were you doing? Because we started Uber 2017.
Yeah.
So in 204, what did you do?
In 204,
You started
at
Uber 2016, Nana.
2016.
2016.
Yes. So
So after 204, 205, 206.
um we had wha- wha- um a chemical shop.
Okay,
in
that's
our-
like a drugstore.
Yeah, like a drugstore. So even because I couldn't continue with the driving, because the way the boys drive, the trotro drivers drive, I thought it wasn't a good idea for me to continue doing it. So I gave it to a driver. I bought another trotro. Do you know? I bought another
Wow.
trotro in addition.
So you
And
had two trotters.
I had two trotros,
So trotro is a
207.
mini bus. If you are not a Ghanaian,
Yeah,
trotro is a mini bus, a small bus in which takes majority of the people. That's our what we can afford.
yeah,
So
true.
you bought another one,
Yeah.
and they were doing the work for you,
They were doing the work for me.
bringing the money back to you in the house.
Yeah.
Kauna.
But then I realized that there was so much trouble. I mean, problems with the drivers. So I had to dispose of them, the
As for these
trotros.
stories, we hear it all the time. If you give your
Yeah.
car to someone,
Hey! Do you know, whilst I was driving, there wasn't a time that I had come home later than 4 o'clock. I never put on traffic. I never put on my headlight. So
wow.
normally I wake up very early in the morning, 4 o'clock, and then I'll go and line up, and then I'll be working by 3:34. I've filled my tank already. I've got my says, and I'm back home.
Wow.
But when you give it to driver,
Mm.
hey, it's not a easy thing.
The orientation is very, very different. I think
Hey.
your stay, in your UK also helped you so much.
Mhm.
Because even now, you still wake up at 4.
Yes.
You are
That
very
become
serious
part
with
of
your
me.
time.
Yeah.
When we are meeting I always feel bad when I'm meeting Mr. Barimah because he's always on time. Oh. And you the young person, what we should learn.
Yes.
It
Very,
will
very
help us
important.
it help us
Very,
to
very
develop.
important.
So after 5, you are in the house.
Yes. And with this Uber, I never go back home late after 2 o'clock. No. Every time up to about at most 2 o'clock, I'm at home.
You are home.
Just
Wow.
get something to eat, have my bath, and sleep
Wow.
around maybe 3:30.
Wow.
And by sometimes 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, I wake up again, come and watch some
Watch some TV.
television or
Wow.
something, and then bath again and go back to sleep. And by 4 o'clock, I get up again.